I'm deeply honored to be here today to represent our Prime Minister to deliver the opening address to this auspicious conference this morning. This year is no ordinary year for us in Papua New Guinea. We celebrate 50 years of independence on the 16th of September. This year we are also going to reflect on our last 50 years of our journey as a sovereign state and as a people group. We are also going to look at our economic performance, take a good stock take, and chart the next 50. I want to inform the conference that we have a committee now that's established to do a formal review of the last 50 years and formulate a new 20-year development plan for our country. This is a very serious business, and I think this conference could not have come at a better time. I'm going to give you some insights into what we are thinking and what we are doing and what we plan to do, because the changes are going to affect a lot of businesses and a lot of you. As we all know, PNG is a resource-rich country. However, as we reflect on the last 50 years, we find the size of our economy, our formal economy, to be sitting at 32 billion US dollars. By the end of this year, we would have borrowed 65 billion. We have issues with cash flow, law and order, FX, a declining kina. We have serious challenges 50 years on. Any sensible country must take stock and understand why we are where we are, given our resource endowments. Philippines, a country a third of our size, the economy sits at 461 billion US. New Zealand around 250, and when you look at countries like Singapore, 500 million. You can see how small our economy is, given our size, our resources. It does not make sense. Something is very, very wrong. Why are we running out of FX when we got 8 resource projects? These are factors that's affecting business, and any sensible government has to be concerned about this. So our biggest failure since independence is our inability to grow our economy. Why are we sitting at 31 billion when we have unlimited potential? It now demands that we must come up with new policies, new strategies. We must formulate a new roadmap on how to take PNG from where we are today, inundated with debt and all the other issues I've discussed, and we must come up with a new roadmap. And that means we must change the way we do business. Make the hard decisions, ask the questions, bring the investors, come up with new policies to transform our economy. Our government has made a bold plan, and we've announced that within the next 2 years, by 2027, we'll have a balanced budget and we will not need to borrow anymore. You may say it's quite ambitious, but we are determined. Next year is the last year we want to borrow. About $1 billion and that's it. We must replace all our food imports. And I'm hoping that by the end of this year, we'll have our first major large-scale rice project in the Central Province. We are going to give them incentives, 15 years, no tax, put in a tariff, and we'll see. Time has come for hard, bold decisions, and we are looking for investors. We are going to compete with the rest of the world. We will offer what we need to offer to attract the best. We need to downstream process all our raw materials, including our copper. We need a smelter. We can't send gold out anymore. We need a refinery. We must process our limestone. All our fish, 80% of it exported raw, that must stop. We must start building canneries, employing Papua New Guinea citizens. We haven't been able to convert our customary land, large tracts of land, into state leases. We've got an aggressive program now to do that. Our people are starting to realize if they free up land, they have no development, no income, and the country will continue to be affected. Because 97% of our land is owned by our people. We call it customary land ownership. We can no longer have this. We must free up land for large-scale commercial agriculture, livestock, all these other projects. And our people are beginning to realize this. There is a mad rush now for people to free up land. They want investments. They want change. They want to see transformation in their villages and in their communities. NRL will be good for us. We need to push rugby league. It's a great future. It's our national sport, and we really want to push that. Get our kids into rugby league and soccer and all the other sports. The main vehicle we are going to use to transform our economy in the next 20 years is special economic zones. We have 4 licensed. Before the end of this year, we should have 11. We are extremely aggressive. We have to learn from other countries like the Philippines and the Indonesians. They've gone down the path that we are embarking on. In the next 10 years, we are looking at minimum of 7 new resource projects. We currently have 8, so we have another 7. There'll be 15, with Maru opening again under Octedi, 16. If we get a couple more, we may be, for the first time in our country's history, 15 to 20 resource projects all running in the next from now and into the next 10 years. The economy is going to grow, my friends, despite all our problems. It'll be a very exciting place to invest in. Demand for hotels, for business, for services will continue to increase, including demand for electricity. We think this year we'll get to an economic growth level of around 4%. And beyond this year, if Papua comes on and we reach feed by the end of this year, get Wafi going, economic growth will be over 5% per annum, sustained for a very long period of time. And I'm talking between 15 and 20 years. Not too many economies will see the level of growth we are going to go through. So those of you who are already there, stay there. You've been with us in the difficult times. Times are going to get better. And to the others, first mover advantage is important. Make your move now when the opportunities are here. We are looking at economic zones on anything where we are replacing imports. We will give you the concessions, we'll put in the tariff, we'll protect you if you come in and help us to replace imports. From cattle to sugar to canned fish to rice, even steel, even manufactured goods, limestone, large-scale investments to increase exports like palm oil. Anything to do with growing exports, we will give you incentives. Anything to grow jobs for Papua New Guineans, we are very keen to give you incentives to come and invest. The PNG government realizes that we are competing with the rest of the world for the same investment dollars. We have to be sharp, we have to be deliberate, we have to be aggressive. It's taken us 50 years to get to this point, but we are awake. We've learned, and we are ready to do business. We've opened up trade missions. We are now working on comprehensive economic partnership agreements with a number of countries, UAE, Japan, New Zealand, Indonesia. We are opening up. We're going to have free trade agreements as part of this deal with all these countries. We have only one SEPA. That's with the European Union. That's doing wonders for us. We are going to be very aggressive in engaging with other countries and signing economic partnership agreements with them to bring in investment, to create jobs for Papua New Guineans, to secure export markets for our goods, free market access, so that our investors who are investing in our country have investment opportunities. I was only in Japan a week ago with the Prime Minister. They use 6% of the gas that goes into the Japan market comes from Papua New Guinea. 6%. Imagine the potential. If we have a SEPA with Japan, we become closer partners, anchored through an agreement like that, I think we can do more than 6%. We are looking at economic zones right across the country, from free trade zone in Vanimo, Sepik Plains economic zone, over 1 million hectares of land that needs to be developed. Right across the country, anywhere which viable, makes business sense, we are ready to give incentives, we are ready to drive economic zones, we are ready to drive investments. And hold the hands of our investment partners who come in and invest in all these economic zones, right across the country. We are looking at tourism zones, manufacturing zones, agriculture zones, integrated SEZs, specific industry type like rice. The one we are looking at in Central Province, the investor will be from the Philippines. We are looking at the rice SEZ. We are looking at palm oil SEZs. Industry specific, it can be a number of industries, can be one province, it can be scattered over 2 provinces. It can be a project specific SEZ, we are open. We've learned from countries like the Philippines. Today, after 50 years of investing in the SEZs, they have 420 SEZs. They've created 4 million jobs inside SEZs. We are really struggling to create jobs. 68 billion US dollars in exports, when our total size of our economy is only 32 billion. So we can't go wrong in going into SEZs, giving incentives. And they are bringing investors from all over the world. So far, since we launched SEZs, we got investment interest from Indonesia, Philippines, Australians are coming. The world is coming to PNG. Regardless of what people say, we are becoming a very attractive investment destination. The Indonesian government is planning to create 14 million jobs issuing SEZs. We are aiming for 1 million plus. So far we have 4 licensed SEZs. The first one is the Paga Hill SEZ, which is downtown Port Moresby. All that hill is being transformed. We are looking at 10 billion in investments, hospitals, apartments, hotels, casino. It's a tourism zone, it's a residential area, mixed development, and more investments are going in. That's our first AGZ, licensed AGZ in Papua New Guinea. And there's more opportunities for those who want to invest in that zone. In Port Moresby, if you are in a zone and you build an office complex, you get a 10-year tax holiday. Only in the zone, not outside the zone. If you build a private hospital, you get a tax holiday. That's what we're about. Another new AGZ, a 2.2 billion AGZ project, which is just next to Paga Hill. Construction is underway. We are looking at 700 new jobs. One more hotel, more apartments. It's next to the casino, which is already under construction within the AGZ. Last week, we launched the construction of our first limestone and cement project in our history. We are offering them a 10-year tax holiday. We will give them tariff protection for 15 years. We will wipe out all import of cement. We will start to produce it for our own needs and start to look at export. This is exciting stuff. It's taken us 50 years, but we're getting there. Just outside of our capital, Port Moresby. And that's being built by an Australian company, the Pacific Lime and Cement Corporation. And we only licensed a week ago the new Caution Bay AGZ. We are going to fabricate all the pipeline for LNG in the future in PNG. And most steel fabrication requirements of the country will be done in Port Moresby. We don't need to import from other countries. We'll give them duty-free support for all the materials. We'll create 800 jobs for our citizens. And we are going to start to build what we normally would import in this AGZ. It's next to the PNG LNG project. It's next to 2 LNG-fired, gas-fired power plants. We've got electricity there, sealed roads. Next to the wharf. And it's really an ideal place for us to start training our young people to be skilled as steel fabricators. And we are envisioning one day our young people who will be trained up in that facility will be working all over the world. We are now negotiating with another company to come in and manufacture steel within the AGZ. Manufacture steel, not import steel. Supply ourselves and start exporting to the world from PNG. So these are the 4 that's currently approved. We're hoping that another 3 will be approved in the coming weeks. These are things we never thought about 50 years ago. We are starting now. As we celebrate our 50, we are making a new start. We are charting a new course. And to those who want to invest in AGZs, we are happy to talk to you. We are happy to explore your ideas with you. We help you to sit down with you and look at how we can help you to find land. So we don't want to export any more raw materials, both in the mining and petroleum sector and agriculture fisheries. We want to put an end to the export of raw materials. Indonesia and other countries have gone down this path. We have to be bold. We are making the decisions now. We are going to go down this path. This will be one big change as we step into the 55th year of our country's independence and chart a new journey. Because by 2032, we want to be financially independent. We want to knock off all our loans. We want to be a strong and robust economy. Time has come. We want to replace all imports that we can produce ourselves. We want large-scale investment in agriculture, in fisheries, in downstream processing, in forestry, in services. We're going to work very hard to unlock our customary land. We want to improve power supply in PNG. We can't be continuing to be a capital of blackouts in the whole world. That must stop. And I know the PNG Power CEO is here. You got a big job in your hands, my friend. Time has come. And we're going to bring in competition into the electricity sector, give licenses to the energy authority, have private grids come up. We must reform that sector, deregulate and open it up for competition, bring the cost of power down for our private sector investors. We are very serious with that. It's not acceptable. If we want to compete with the rest of the world, we've got to drive the cost of energy down through competition, through alternative sources of power, not diesel, not heavy diesel. We've got to go to hydro, solar. And we'll give incentives for investors who want to go down this path. We're happy to give you incentives. And we've got to continue with our Connect PNG program of investing $1 billion every year to build roads, upgrade roads, maintain roads. We're starting on airport programs, we're building more wharves. Infrastructure is very critical to unlock our potential. In terms of our capital markets reforms, we've just changed the legislation, so there will no longer be an executive chairman. We are bringing a new board in of highly competent and professional Papua New Guineans and a number of Australians to sit on the board. For the first time, there'll be a board. The law has just been changed. We are going to even bring further legislative reform to change the name of the Securities Commission, the regulator, to the Capital Markets Commission of Papua New Guinea. And I should get that done in the next sitting of Parliament. We are going to rebrand the Pacific Balance Fund, our major investment fund. We are going to rebrand that fund and support other funds to raise local capital for investment in Papua New Guinea. And we are here to also support the National Stock Exchange to make sure we bring other listings on, educate the populace, and grow our capital market in Papua New Guinea. So this is an exciting year. We need funds for investment, both domestic and international investors. So the Marabe-Rosso government will set in motion a number of big changes. AZ is one of them. We will change the resource laws. We can't keep borrowing to invest in mining and petroleum projects in PNG. That must stop. We must go into production sharing, and we are very keen on making this happen. We are very keen on downstream processing, the replacement of imports. And we are willing to go all out to give incentives and support the investors in that space. But certainly, our resource laws must change. And the drafting is happening right now as we speak. And it is coming. But for those who are there as investors, nothing will change. We will honor all our agreements. So what am I doing as Minister of this portfolio? We are packaging projects to bring in investors in AZZs. We are aggressively marketing our countries as a good place to do business. We have exciting opportunities in the next 15 to 20 years with all our resource projects. We have massive opportunities for downstream processing. We are introducing the Trade Commission service, including the appointment of Rex Paki as our honorary Trade Commissioner to Australia. If you don't know, Rex is sitting right here. We just appointed one in Philippines, and we are appointing one to Indonesia now. We are working on trade agreements with other countries. We are now pushing to open up our airways. We are now insisting on air service agreements with a number of new airlines to come into Papua New Guinea. Starting with United Emirates, I want them to come before the end of this year. The Chinese have arrived, 3 planes a week now from Guangzhou. We are talking to other airlines to start coming to PNG. We need to open up the market, drive the prices down, bring more investors into PNG, more tourists into PNG, and that's a major drive of my ministry. We need to create competition, give visa on arrival for business visitors. Some countries are so safe, like Japan, give every class of visitors visa on arrival. I'm pushing that very aggressively. I should get that done before the end of this year. We are refleeting Air Guinea, and over the next few years we'll get all new planes. Services should improve. But cost must come down. I'm one of the strongest critics of the level of cost. It needs to come down. It's good for business, good for our citizens, good for all of us. We are talking to Indonesia now, and we've signed the agreements. We want to open up transport services between our two countries. And I'm hoping that in the next 6 months we will see our buses going to Indonesia and vice versa. We'll open up that border for the first time and start to trade there. We also have what we call a state equity funds, where the state feels it needs to partner a private sector company to undertake a certain investment, we will. For example, rice, I'm happy to put state money into that as a joint venture partner to give confidence to the investor that the government is with that investor. Where we feel we need to partner, government is willing to partner with the private sector. Where the industry and the investment is very important, we need to give confidence to the investor, we will. This is something we haven't done before. We've now established a state equity fund to partner the private sector where there's a need to. Not to be a major partner, but to be a minor partner to give confidence to the investor and other investors. Some of our lowest hanging fruit, we want to build more fish canneries. It costs 160 million to build one. PNG cannot even produce enough canned tuna to feed itself. We are still short and we are importing. The market is there. Our people love their tin fish. It's a low-hanging fruit. Palm oil, we've got so much land. The prices of palm oil will hold up in the next 10 years. It's an exciting industry to invest in. Dairy and cattle, we are very, very keen, including talking to Australian investors to get into this space. Downstream processing of our logs. We've declared that this must be the last year for round log export. We must stop it now. We have licensed 4 AGZs and we are ready to license more, including chicken. We are still short of chicken. We shouldn't be importing from Australia or New Zealand. We should be supplying ourselves. It's a low-hanging fruit. Happy to give incentives to any investor from here who would like to invest in chicken and eggs. And we are looking at manufacturing capacity for export. One more free trade zone, when it comes up, we want to export to Indonesia and the rest of the Asian market. We are linked to Asia by land. We're only 1 hour away from the Indonesian border. So what am I saying as I wrap up? PNG will be a stronger economy beyond our 2027. Despite all our challenges, we will be an attractive and a stronger and more robust economy. We have the resources. We've learned our lesson. The mining and petroleum sector doesn't deliver the jobs. We need to invest in other sectors. We need to downstream process. We need to grow other export sectors. we are willing to give incentives to compete with the rest of the world. The whole world is giving incentives now, and we are willing to do that. We will give first mover advantage to investors who want to invest in PNG. Tax holidays, tariff protection for 15 years. We will go all out to help you, including government putting equity to mitigate your investment risk, but also show our support for your investment. PNG is open for business. And we are going to become more aggressive, more deliberate, and more attractive. We've got challenges. We've got to drive the cost of electricity down, cost of business down, improve law and order. Yes, I understand that. We will get there, and we are getting there. Lastly, if you want to invest in the AGZs, or one of the AGZs right across the country, you are invited this morning to go online and register to come up to PNG and attend our second AGZ Summit, which runs for basically 4 days. It'll be opened by the Prime Minister on the 31st of August and run for 3 days. All the sectors will come and talk about investment opportunities. You can find partners, you can find investments, you'll meet regulators, state entities, lands department, and everyone who can help you to make an investment decision or find partners. If you want to be a sponsor, we have only one level of sponsorship, gold sponsorship. It costs 200,000. Then you'll be given 20 minutes to speak and promote your company or your business during the summit. We've already got speakers and investors coming all the way from Japan, UAE, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Australia. This to me will be the most exciting investment conference in PNG this year. We are going to reflect on our last 40 years, last 50 years, and look at investment opportunities in the next 50, including presentations from companies on gold refining, downstream processing of nickel, gold, the gold smelter, the steel manufacturing plants. All of that will be discussed and marketed and promoted during the summit. And how you can take part in some of these investments if you choose to. So what is my message? We've learned our lessons over the last few years. We can't do business the same way. Downstream process, replace imports, give incentives, unlock our land. And PNG would be an exciting place to do business in the next 20 years. And as we unlock our potential in this very exciting journey ahead of us, as we take our stock take, re-strategize, and move this country to be the land it should be, a land with so much prosperity and happiness and opportunities for us all. Thank you for listening in. I look forward to welcoming a lot of you to the AGZ Summit and help you make investment decisions to invest in Papua New Guinea in the exciting future ahead of us.